Shalom. Welcome back. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I want to say salutations to your Akim that's pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. This is Brother Bar Rob back with another video. It's going to be another spiritual headline. This is going to go in on those women. All right. And this article got me thinking, and I also added with what we were going into on the street teaching yesterday at camp. We touched on these women out here, man, and how these women have a false sense of security, a very false sense of security. Now I'm gonna go into this article dealing with this lady in Japan, but this can apply to any nation because this crisis, this Crown Royal 19 is affecting the entire globe right now. So you're gonna see similar outcomes regardless of wherever you are located. It says in Japan, more people died from suicide last month than from COVID in all of 2020. And women have been impacted most. You see that? The most. Erika Kobashi has tried to kill herself 4 times. The first time she was just 22 years old with a full-time job in publishing that didn't pay enough to cover her rent and grocery bills in Tokyo. I was really poor, said Kobayashi, who spent 3 days unconscious in hospital after the incident. Now 43, Kobayashi has written books on her mental health struggle and has a steady job at an NGO, but the Crown Royal 19 is bringing back the stress she used to feel. Right? These women are catching hell. This lady is 43, and most women is going to get into these single women. Will have some kind of support system, a husband, children, all right, around them. But because women of today's age have been fed feminism and sold the superwoman narrative, they have rejected that, and they're basically call themselves independent. Now this lady is 43, and she can't make ends meet, man. So guess what she did? She tried to off herself multiple times. Now that's coming, man. You're gonna see a lot of this happening as things break down in society. They showed you that in that movie The Road, where the lady, she had a husband, but she still just said she couldn't take it and took her ass out into the bitter cold and basically basically killed herself that way. So these women are used to comforts. These women are used to gritting their teeth and going down a hard road, and that's what's coming, man. So especially these women that don't have any kind of husband or man at home, they're about to lose it. All right, they're gonna side with this system, and they're gonna be for a lot of these draconian laws, thinking that these draconian laws will lead back to normalcy, but in the end, they won't. It says, my salary was cut and I cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel. She said, I constantly feel a sense of crisis and I might fall back into poverty. Experts have warned that the pandemic could lead to a mental health crisis. Mass unemployment, social isolation, and anxiety are taking their toll on people globally, right? And these women are going to be hit hard, man, very hard, because the scriptures call the woman the weaker vessel, right? Let me get that real quick. 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs according to the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. Right? So when you have a woman, you understand what she is. All right? And you understand her limitations. And you're there to support that, you know. But in a lot of cases with these women today, guess what? They don't have any kind of support. They are social creatures. Women want to speak more than men. Women want to socialize more than men. So when you got a woman in a one-bedroom apartment talking about she's independent, and she's gonna really catch some hell out here. It says in Japan, government statistics show suicide claimed more lives in October than COVID-19 has more than the entire year to date. The monthly number of Japanese suicides rose 2,153 in October, according to Japan's National Police Agency. As of Friday, Japan's total COVID-19 was 2,087, the health ministry said. Japan is one of the few major economies to disclose timely suicide data. The most recent national data for the U.S., for example, in 2018, the Japanese data could give other countries insights into the impact of pandemic measures on mental health and which groups are the most vulnerable, right? So this COVID is messing up a lot of people, man. Their whole mentality, all right? Because in what's coming, man, the scriptures tell you wisdom and knowledge is going to be our stability in these times. Meaning, if you don't have this truth, number one, and your trust is in what the media tells you or the news tell you, what these fake paid off doctors tell you, you are in a world of hurt. Let's keep going. Let's jump down. COVID's toll on women. It says Japan has long struggled with one of the highest suicide rates in the world, according to the World Health Organization. In 2016, Japan had a suicide mortality rate of 18.5 per 100,000, second only to South Korea. In the Western Pacific region, almost triple the annual global average. It says, while the reasons for Japan's high suicide rates are complex, long working hours, school pressure, social isolation, and cultural stigma around mental health issues have all been cited as contributing factors. All right? And these are just more and more reasons. Let me jump to this. There are several potential reasons for this. Women make up a larger percentage of part-time workers. And this is going into why women's numbers are the biggest increase. You see, in October, suicides among women in Japan increased almost 83%. So it went up 83%. And these are the factors they're saying. Women make up a larger percentage of part-time workers in the hotel, food service, and retail industries. And guess what's closed down? Your restaurants, your hotels, all right, your part-time jobs, service, retail, buying, the cashier when you're buying clothes or whatever. Those jobs are being destroyed and taken away, and women were the sole holders of those jobs on a lot of levels. It says where layoffs have been deep, Kobayashi said many of her friends have been laid off. Japan has been ignoring women, and this is going to be the cop out, man. This is going to be the cop out. Women are going to blame society. They're going to ask for more social programs, social help. When the scriptures is the ultimate help, man. You need a man. And that's the cold, hard facts. And that's the cold, hard reality. All right? Let's keep going. Let's go to the book of 1 Timothy 5:14. It says, I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, speak not on occasion to the adversary, to speak reproachfully, for some are already turned aside after Satan. So a lot of women are going their own way as far as this single, independent, I can have it all, I don't need no man attitude, especially the Israelite woman. And they're going to experience these same things, man, because these welfare programs are going to get cut. These assistances are going to be cut. And they're going to basically box you into a corner. All right, let's keep going. It says, she said this is society where the weakest people are cut off first when something bad happens. And she just admitted that they are the weakest people. All right, because they don't want to play their role. All right, our people, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you women have lost the structural way a family is supposed to be created, man. All right, with the man, woman, and child. Hell, even in the ancient times, you had a man that had multiple women, and that's still a better deal for you women than being single. With the times that's coming, man, it's still a way better deal. But your pride and your ego won't accept it on this side. So guess what? You're gonna have to accept the other alternative, man, which is going to be death and destruction. It says in a global study, more than 10,000 people conducted by nonprofit international aid organization CARE, 27% of women reported increased challenges with mental health during the pandemic compared to 10% of men. Right? Women are stressed out. They freaking out. They losing it. They're trying to cut their wrists. All right. They trying to support a family by themselves because they ain't kicked the man out and went on government assistance, thinking that it will always be there. This society has set a lot of women up for the okie doke to fail, compounding those worries about income. Women have been dealing with skyrocketing unpaid care burdens. According to the study, for those who keep their jobs when children are sent home from school or child care centers, it often falls to the mothers to take those responsibilities. And that is your responsibility to teach and take care of your child, all right, as well as their normal work duties. This whole thing about putting women in the workforce was something of the elite, man, so they could tax the other side of society, pushing, having the women burn their bras, smoke cigarettes, push them into that lane, man. All right, and you're gonna see the repercussions of that when the society falls. Increased anxiety about the health and well-being of children is also putting an extra burden on mothers during the pandemic. Kara, a 35-year-old who did not want to use her real name, says she sought professional help this year when her premature son was hospitalized for 6 weeks. I was pretty much worried 24 hours. Curry said, I didn't have any mental illness history before, but I could see myself really, really anxious all the time. Let me keep going. It says her feelings got worse as the pandemic intensified. She worried about her son would get the Corona 19. I felt there was no hope. I always thought about the worst case scenario, she said. In March, Cozy Azaro, 21-year-old university student, started a 24-hour mental health hotline. All right. He said, so a man had to start a hotline for these damn women because they've been losing it over there in Japan. It says a nonprofit funded by private donations received an average of 200 calls a day, and the vast majority of calls are women. They lost their jobs. They need to raise their kids, but they didn't have any money. So over there in Japan, I guess it's a lot of single women. Where the hell is the man at? All right. Where the hell is the man? This is what E and Western civilization has created. They lost their jobs. They need to raise their kids, but they didn't have any money, Azaro said, so they attempted suicide. Right? Most of the calls come through the night. All right? And there was one part, I think I was reading through this, where let me jump down to this point. Let me get back into some scriptures. It says in April, he said the most common message were from mothers who were feeling stressed about raising their kids, with some confessing the thoughts of killing their own children. So these are the times we're coming into, man. It's going to get crazy and wild out here, man. These women are going to lose it out here. All right? Let me get this right here. 1 Timothy 2:12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. And these women are going to lead a lot of people off into their deaths because they're going to cling harder and stronger onto this wicked system as it crumbles. All right. You got these women committing suicide, calling this hotline, talking about they're going to kill their own children. Hell, when the famine comes, they're going to eat their own children, because we were going into cannibalism yesterday on the line. All right. So those times are coming. Get ready for them. Right. Let's get this. Actually, let's get this. Isaiah 4:1, because this is women look at this and get angry, faces scrunched up. But these times are coming. They're going to realize that they need a man, most notably a man of the Lord, but they're going to realize they need some kind of a man in the times that they're coming to. Isaiah 4:1, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent, and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. But that's the point, was in one. You're going to have 7 women take hold of one man. All right. So as of now, you got women thinking that they're actually the prize and they need to be put on a pedestal. They're gonna realize, man, they're gonna be lucky in that day to have a man that really want to deal with them. Because when it becomes a dog eat dog world, when there is no 911, when there is no social safety net, and it's every person for themselves, these women uh, are going to be a sad sight in pitiful case. All right, and this is not just me saying this to get on women. It's for the women out there that's doing the right thing. That do got for the ones that do got a husband, that do honor their husband, do realize what times that we're coming into, that are doing the right thing, right? Who are fulfilling the scriptures and the role of a woman as it describes. A kudos and blessings to you. This is Ecclesiasticus 36:24. It says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest." Right? He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession. Right? That's first and foremost a possession. But you are to be a help and a pillar of rest. You see? And if a man of the Lord is dealing righteously with a woman, it's not about beating no woman or oppressing no woman. It's about fulfilling your order and your duty. First being a man and doing what you need to do, and then she being a woman and doing what she need to do. And even if that man had multiple women and wives, which those days are coming, that's actually taking more pressure off that other wife. You might have a main wife and you might have some lesser wives. Okay? One might watch the kids, one might work part-time, and then the man work full-time. That's still a better deal than the strong, independent nonsense these women are spouting. But we'll see what happened to these proud women in that day. But this video actually went long enough. It was a decent article, and these women are in for it, to say the least. All right, I want to give all glory, praise, and honors to Yahweh Shem Shai. I want to say shalom the next time.